We love our country, but we don't like our government. Are we anti-national? The students in China are asking this question across the university campuses. It's very daring for Chinese students to say so openly. China is a country where the state stamps out all vestiges of dissent with an iron hand. Remember Tiananmen Square? Students in university campuses hit the streets in 1989 to fight for freedom. They were asked to return to their classrooms or face dire consequences. When they refused to oblige, army tanks rolled in. More than 10,000 young protesters were brutally murdered by the state forces. Will there be a repeat of the Tiananmen Square spectacle? Will 1989 tragedy haunt again in 2022? Well, we don't know yet. But the signs are ominous. It's not the students alone, the common men and women have hit the streets this time. The ostensible reason, of course, this zero COVID policy of the government, which has paralyzed community life, which has driven business establishments to virtual bankruptcy. As we all know, the immediate spark for this protest came from the late arrival of the fire brigade to extinguish the fire in an apartment building in Xinjiang city last week. 10 people died. 9 were critically injured in that blaze. The fire brigade apparently reached late because of the COVID restrictions in the movement of the vehicles. Citizens' rage was palpable. They were out in the street demanding an end to the stifling COVID policy. But not everyone is ready to settle for this much. That's the bare minimum. Some are demanding more freedom. Death to totalitarianism. We want democracy, say many placards in the streets and in the university campuses. This is astounding because they are in fact going a step further. They want to see the back of the dictator Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping, step down, is their battle cry of certain sections of the Chinese population. This is astounding because Xi Jinping is not a vulnerable leader at the moment. He has won an astounding approbation of the all-powerful Chinese Communist Party Congress just about 4 weeks ago to become the party chief for an unprecedented third time. To ask for Xi's resignation is a sure invitation to fatal retaliation by the state. Many of the students know this. They know and they are ready to lay down their lives for the sake of their conviction. To realize the aspiration of the democratic freedom for those people who will survive the firing squad. Will Xi Jinping given, or will it tighten the noose? Reports say that COVID-related extreme steps have been relaxed in some parts of the country in the aftermath of the protest. Perhaps the Chinese government would be ready to make small compromises in this regard to assuage the popular anger. But more democratic freedom to be ushered in? That is certainly not likely. That's a point of no compromise for a totalitarian state like China. It's possible that the protests will flare up in several cities in the days to come. And it's also possible that the state will deploy the armed forces to quell the anger of Chinese citizens. That will return China to the post-Tiananmen silence of the 1990s, the silence of the grave. But we must salute the brave men and women of China who are risking their lives to fight for their rights. It's exactly the same way that the Iranian people are standing up to the totalitarian regime of the Ayatollahs in their country. This is a very encouraging sign at a time when the democratically elected leaders are presiding over authoritarian regimes in many countries across the world, dividing the people in the name of race and religion. The message from China and from Iran is very clear. All those who wish to fight for democracy must speak up against the autocratic policies of the state, even if it means threat to their lives and liberty. Thank you.